Good morning, students. Welcome back to our class that is Management and Organizational Behavior. Today we are going to start with a new topic that is MBO. MBO means Management by Objectives. What are the objectives should be there that the management should have to take place before planning or implementing uh, the goals and objectives or mission or vision of a company at the starting time. So I'll just scroll down my video so that it can be easily visible to all the students. Now, say here on the stage on the screen, MBO, and this is a very important topic. This will come for the short term. I mean, for 2 or 4 months questions, it is going to come according to the new pattern, and the old pattern used to come for 2 months. And sometimes they will ask you MBO and MBWO, which we are going to learn tomorrow. MBWA. So that is line and staff management, and today we are going to learn about MBO. Don't get confused. This is MBO, not MBA. MBO means management by objective. Now, management by objectives is a strategic management models that aims to improve the performance of an organization by defining objectives that are agreed by both management and employees. So what does it mean? It means that whatever the organization wants, it should have to keep in front of the employees, and it is the duty of employee also. He should have to fill up what the management or the top level management or employer what he wants. He should have to fill up that. So then this will be known as win-win situation. My dear students, I want to repeat once again and remind you there is a lot of difference between employee and employer. Employee is a person who is seeking the job or who is doing the job under the employer. Employer, maybe he can be in the owner of the business or he can be at the high level in the management. So don't get confused in this part. Now, employer is a person who is providing the jobs to you. Employee is a person who is seeking the job in that organization or who is willing to work as an employee. Now, what is the main purpose of this MBO? The main purpose is, or the main aim is to improve the performance of an organization. To improve the performance of the organization by defining the mission, vision, goals or objectives or selection part to a particular department and agreeing by both management and employees. Both should have to work. That means the employer and employees are the management and employees. Then this is known as management by objectives. Management by objectives is a strategic. It is a pre-planning approach to enhance the performance of an organization. It is a process where the goals of the organization are defined and conveyed by the management to the members of the organization. Organizational structure with the intention to achieve each objective. So what does it mean? It means that it is a process. MBO is a process where the goals of the organizations are defined, are kept in front, are conveyed by the management to the members of the organization for achieving the goals at end of the project or end of the work. And this management, they will make a structure that is known as organizational structure with the intention to achieve objective. What is the main intention? Their intention is to achieve the objective of the organizations, and once the objective has been built up, it should have to keep in front of the employees. So what will happen? The employees will come to know that this is the target time period, this is the sold out work, or this is the project work, or this is the resources we are having, these are the HR we are having, this is the time limit, this is the finance we are having, this is the technology or IT department or team is there, this is the R&D department is there. All these peoples will give certain time and certain place and certain days. So all these things will join together and they will work for a common goal for the organization. This is known as the management by objectives and organizational structure. So structures is there of an organization where everyone should have to follow. For example, if I take an example of an educational institution like a school is there or a college is there. So what will happen? They will maintain the time. First, they will mention what is the time period from half past 8 means 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. the school will run. This is the time period. What is the timing for the nursery, LKG, UKG boys and girls? They half day. For them the half day is there. And for 10th class students, what is the timing? What are the subjects are coming? What is the timetable? They will draw the timetable so the students can get the timetable, and according to the timetable, certain and every subject teachers will go and teach or take the class. So that is the structure of the organization where it is working. If some teachers are absent, then the substitute teacher will go and work on behalf of the teacher. And what is the time period? How many hours a period consists of? How many kinds of exams, like formative assessment test will be there, summative assessment test will be there, how many board exams will be there, where the center will be there, and what is the time, what is the date, which month, what is the portion, what is the notes period, are they have to pay the fees or not, what is the structure, everything it includes in the structure. Now coming to the second example, if I take an example of manufacturing item, industry, like for example I want to talk on AC. Nowadays Daikin company AC are very much good in the market. So that is the product. For manufacturing product, what are the things we need? We need the raw materials. From where the raw materials are coming, who are going to install that, or who are working with the raw materials, what sort of skilled labors are there, unskilled labors are there, how much finance is there, how much time is there to complete that portion or project, how much human resources are needed, that to be qualified, unqualified, or skilled or unskilled, what is the marketing team, that means after manufacturing either how much people are needed to sell into the market, or we have to go for online marketing or door to door or other purposes like advertisement or sales promotions xyz. Now coming to the next thing, how to develop the product, new technology, what are the what sort of engineers are required, what sort of chemical, that means we need physical, chemical and organizational engineers are required for that. Implementing all these is the objectives will be carried out for running the organization structure. Once the structure has been built up, then we can fill up the objectives, and after fill upping the objectives are coming up with the objectives, then we have to make our mission and vision, and we have to keep in front of the employees so that employees can also able to understand what exactly their work is and what they have to do to win the hearts of the management. Now, management by objectives, otherwise also known as MBO, is a management concept framework. It is totally a framework. A structure is there, popularized by management consultants based on the need to manage business based on its needs and goals. What is the main purpose? To fulfill the needs and goals of the organizations. The MBO is utilized. Next thing, we'll go what is the process, how the process of MBO will takes place. First, what is their duty? First, they will define the organization's goals. What are their goals? They will define. Then what they will do? They will define their objectives or goals in front of the employees. Who are those, what is their work, why they are hiring them, what is the time period, what will be the salary, what will be the increment, everything will be discussed in front of the employee. Then third step is continue monitoring performance and progress. That means just checking, that means training them, monitoring them, showing them, and performance and progress, how much performance they are. Indeed, what is the progress of their work? We have to go for this. Then providing the feedback. It is a duty of the organization's management. Then if some employees are not showing their performance good or the work is not up to the progress, then The management have the right to give the feedback to their employees. So the employee should not have to take it in a negative way. He should have to come up with his mistakes or errors what he is doing. So once he comes up with this kind of skill, then there will be a situation that the employees and management work together for the common goal of organization, and that will be a quality organization. Next one, after providing feedback, then after certain time period, if they observe once again the performance of the employees, they will check out the improvement is there or not, and this is known as performance appraisal, appraising or checking the performance of an employee. After that, what will happen? Performance evaluation will be taken place. That means corrections. Evaluation means correcting. Don't get confused here. Like for example, you have written the internals, the teacher or sir will do the evaluation, means correcting, identifying. Okay, they will correct the papers, checking whether you have done correct or not. So like this, here also performance will be evaluated by the superiors. Next, another one, this is the one more 5-step MBO process. First, the start of the MBO process takes place by setting organizational objectives. First, it is a duty of the HR managers or the management or the top level managements when they want to start any organization. They have to first set their organizational objectives. What are their objectives? Second one, cascade of objectives to employees. That means they have to inform what are the duties or responsibilities, or what are the goals, or what are the organizational objectives in front of the employees. So what does it mean? So they are informing to their employees about the organizational structure. uh, like it is arranging, that means they have to arrange a meeting and they have to occur the series succession of stages, what are the each stage derives from that, everything they have to explain to their employees. Then after informing to the employees, then it is a duty of the organization to monitor them, to guide them, to train them, to insist them towards their work. Then we have to, after doing performance analysis takes place in monitoring also, then evaluate performance will takes place. Then after evaluation performance take place, then reward performance will be there. We have to give either reward or a punishment. So if the employees are doing good work, we have to appreciate him with the reward will be there. It can be hike in the salary, it can be a hike in the promotion, or it can be bonuses, increment of the bonus or coupon or any foreign trip. Like this were the perks will be given to the employees after checking and evaluating the performance of an individual. Next thing is features of MBO. What are the features of MBO? Don't get confused here, students. MBO, management by objectives. So first one is effective management. What is the main purpose of MBO is it will bring effective management will takes place. Then long run goals will with short run goals will takes place. We can create short term goals, long term goals. Then organizational goals with society goals. What is society here? See, when organization is running any kind of business, it should have to benefit to the society also. What is the need of the society? Depending on the needs and wants of the society, they will create the product or services in the market and they will fill up that. So there should be a organizational goals with the society goals. These are the one of the features of MBO. Now emphasizes is not only an goals but also an effective performance. That means we can emphasize this our goals as well as effective performance can also be improvement. For example, the employees, how the employees will be benefited. The employees will be benefited by giving the training. A person has completed his graduation or post graduation, but he doesn't have the skills how to monitor or guide or how to run the business. Once he join in any organizations, he will get training, he will be get support by his team members, then he will work on it. He will come to know what is the quality of work, then the performance, he can improve his performance and skills and ability. Now changing the approaches, whenever the in need of approaches will be there, we can change it by saying the situation and condition. Increases the organizational capability. So with the help of creating our MBO, that means management by objectives, it will help the organizations to increase the ability or capability so that it can be marked high or top in the list of the organizations or Fortune 500 companies or Fortune 50 companies or like that. It will become the top list of the international or national level market. Now, a high degree of motivation and satisfaction will be there. Once that objectives will be created, then here win-win situation will be there. The management will motivate to their employees, and the employees will also get the satisfaction level towards their job. Now, not only goals but an effective performance will also be managed. Recognizing the participation of employees in goal setting process. That means when we are setting the goals, we have to recognize the participant of the employees, what sort of knowledge he is having, what sort of experience he is having, what sort of skill capability is he or she is having. Depending on that, we have to give a right person is has to be posted at the right time, at the right position, and the right place. Then only the things, and these things should have to be maintained by the management for goal setting. Now, encourages a climate of trust. There should be a trust encouragement should be there, goodwill and will to perform. All these things will come under the features of management. Now we'll go with the characteristics some more. MBO is an approach and philosophy for management and not merely a technique. It is not in technique that much, but it is a philosophy for management where the management will guiding or approaching to their subordinates. MBO is likely to affect every management technique. It is going to affect it because the effective communications will take place and performance will take place. Why? Because we are informing the employees about the goals, mission, vision of the organization, and organization structure is creating, and all are working together. Now, MBO employs several techniques, but it is not merely the sum total of these techniques. It is a way of thinking about management. It means that we are having the management are utilizing n number of techniques in different departments. The technique will be different, but the main purpose of this MBO is thinking about the management. They are thinking about management, how the management should have to perform, how they have to take out the work from their employees. This is the main characteristic of MBO. Now, MBO is bound to have some relationship with every management technique. Certain degree of overlapping is there. And not only that, it provides stimulus for the introduction of a new techniques of management and enhances the relevance and utility of the existing one. So it will help in encourage in showing the new techniques or adding the new techniques in the management according to relevance and utility of the existing one. If you want to remove some techniques, we can remove it. If you want to add some techniques, we can add that. All these things will come under the MBO characteristic. And what will happen? Sometimes we have to have a good relationship with management techniques. It is a bond. It is a bond. That means management by techniques is a bond by maintaining a good relationship with management. Next, goal setting. See, once we are having management by objectives, definitely there will be a goal setting should be there. Goal setting has a specific, measurable, achievable, and time-bound goals. Effective goal setting boosts employee engagement and employers, HR, and team leaders to effectively evaluate team members, increasing the likelihood that an employee will thrive and contribute to an organization's long-term success. So what is happening with the help of goal setting? What we can do, it will boost the employees of engagement in their work, and it will also boost, that means motivate the employers like HRs, team leaders, sometimes management also, to effectively evaluate or correct their team members. The supporting team is there, or the employees performance can be measured properly so that the goal setting can be done. It can be done with the help of MBO. And what is the main result? It is the main result is it increases the likelihood that an employee will thrive and contribute to an organization's long-term success. For the success of the long-term success of organization, the the employee interest will contribute to the improvement of the organization. If an employee got trained and is showing his interest and giving 100% contribution to from his side to the organization, then the chances are there the capability of the organizations will increase. So that's the reason we have to respect to our employees. Next, setting of organizational purpose and objectives. See, the definition of organizational purpose and objectives are the basic steps as we have discussed already. Usually, the objective setting starts at the top level of the organizations, moves downward to the lowest managerial levels, and this will go in a sequence way. See, the settings of organizations goals or objectives or purpose will takes place by top level management, then it will be come downwards to their low level management in a sequence way. So what is it includes? It includes the defining the purpose of the organization, why this organization has been created or utilized, and what is the use of this organization. We have to show the purpose of the organization, why this organization should have to run, why it is running, what is the main purpose, everything we should have to show to there, or we have to define to the employees. Long range and strategic objectives should be there for long term running of the business. Short term organizational objectives should be there with to fill up the internal part. Divisional or department or sectional objectives should have to be created, and it has to be implemented according to their department level managers or divisional level or sectional level managers to their team subordinates. Individual manager objectives should have to create. For example, a company like Ford company is there. The Ford company general manager will be there. His individuals manager will be different, like finance manager will be there, IT manager will be there, HR manager will be there, marketing manager will be there, R&D department manager will be there. He should have to design and discuss with these managers about their goals or visions. And these people there, for example, if I take an example of HR department, what is the HR? He will go in his divisional part or sales marketing manager. Who are the team members will come? Assistant manager, area manager, divisional manager, sales executives, sales engineers, seniors, or team leaders. All these people will come under the sectional or department people. So individual managers should have to discuss the objectives of the company or organizations with their team members. This is called a setting of organization, and the main purpose and objective is to meet the goals of the organization. Next one, key areas result. See, the term key areas results refers to a short list of overall goals that guide how an individual does their job. So it shows that it is guide how an individual is doing this job, or achievement is there, or progress is there or not, and or any general achievement and progress goals for an organizations or one of its divisions or not. So these things will show. Key area result shows performance of an individual in a different department or sections or division, and in some how the customers are satisfied. So how the product is managing, how the operational cost is controlling, what is the quality check, record keeping is there or not. All these things will come under the key result area. See, if I take an example of India we are having some states. If I select an Telangana state, again in Telangana how many districts will be there? Again the districts will be divided. Again in districts the mandals will be divided, the villages will be divided, our wards will be divided. So every area will have, this is a sequence from top to bottom. So for example, if I talk about any one division, XYZ is a division. In that division, an employee is working on so and so profile. So how he is dealing, either the sales has been increased in that part or not. If the sales are more in that particular area, it is the duty of the manager. He should have to confirm what is the reason. He should have to check the performance of an individual also. If Here it shows that the employee is speaking in a polite way, in a soft way, and motivating the customers to purchase that. Then here the performance appraisal will be there, and the customer satisfaction level will be there. If the customers are satisfied with the product, so these people will check out, and this performance is known as key result areas. And this here the customer satisfaction will be there, product management will be there, how the product is managed, how the operations are taking place, how the cost is controlled, how the quality check is taking place, how the records, all the records are keeping and managing properly or not. All these things will be managed, and in here we will come to know the results of that particular area. Now, some more key performance areas like maintaining good working condition in plant. Plant means not here tree. Plant means here organization, manufacturing unit, industry or factory, a service sector area. So we have to maintain good working conditions in that plant. Optimum resources utilization should be there. Process improvement should be there. Safety and prevention planning control should be there. Working with the companies, SLA, service level agreement, or GRC, governance, risk management, and compliance policy will be there. All these things, so that the company should not have to worry about the employees that they will move off. We have to recruit some other employees. Our employees should also not to fear that after 2 or 3 years he will get fired from the organization. So it's not like that. In this performance, here both win-win situation is taking place between employees and employer. So the management by objectives will, as they are showing their policies, strategies, objectives, and goals of the organization, and keeping the structure of the organization in front of the employees. Once the employee got satisfied, then he will sign the agreement and he will get recruited by the employer. So all this is the process. All these things will be done or take place in MBO, management by objectives. Now, if you see here in this picture, here what is happening? The contribution is placed. This is the Venn diagram. It is showing, this blue color is showing how is the performance of an individual, and this red color it is showing how is the performance or satisfaction level of the customer. This is the individual employee here. This is the customer of our product, and this is the company. All these three are working towards the contribution zone. I hope students you have understand the small picture which I want to conclude, or what the theory part till now I have explained in today's class. With this picture you can able to understand. Now, next one is setting subordinate goals. So when a manager will be there, for example, a marketing manager is there for a particular division. So what he should have to do, he should have to set a goals for his subordinates in his branch or in his plant. In setting objectives for the subordinates in the light of preliminary objectives and resources available, each subordinate is asked what goals he can achieve, in what time and in what resources. The superior's role at this point is very important. See, the manager should, or the superior or the team leader should have to inform to the subordinates that these are the resources we are having, this is the limited timing we are doing, and we have to complete this part. So we have to ask to that subordinates either he can fulfill or he can achieve that goal or not. If it is okay, we can go for it, or not means we have to find the alternate solution. Now, each employee must have performance goals and they will be expected to meet. As a manager, you are responsible for setting your subordinates' performance goals. When you set performance goals, your subordinates know what is required of them and what they must accomplish to help the organization succeed. Here the common balance has been mentioned clearly. When you will become a manager, it is your duty. You have to set the goals of your subordinates. When you set performance goals, your subordinate knows what is required of them and what they must accomplish to help the organization succeed. Next, matching resources with objectives. Matching objectives and resources will take place. The setting of the objective is meaningful only when the resources to achieve them are available. At this stage of MBO, that means management by objectives process, the objectives and resources are matched. here when we are setting the objectives, we have to set the objectives with our resources. What are the resources we are having? It should have to match with our objectives, and it is ensure that what objective needs what resources for its attainment. What is the need of the objective, what are the resources are attainment are need. Once the objectives are carefully set, then the indication of the resource requirement will take place. See, once after making the objective only we have to utilize the resources, or else without planning or organizing any objective, if we started any work again, if we change the objective or goal or plan, then the resources will be wasted, waste of materials, money, machine, people's, men, finance, money, also everything will be wasted. So we have to be proper planning should be there for not wasting any kind of goods. Now there should be a matching between resources and objectives. When we are creating the objectives, we have to keep in mind what sort of resources we are having, what sort of raw materials do we have, what sort of employees do we have, what sort of machines we have, what sort of HR do we have, what sort of technology we are using, what sort of R&D department we have, what sort of financial condition, terms and finance do we have. All these things we have to keep in mind, and we have to design and we have to match the resources with objectives. Then only we can fill up the organization's goals, and this can be happen only with the help of MBO, management by objectives. Next, appraisal. Once the performance will start of the organization's employees, the appraisal takes place. What in by appraisal? It is the act of estimating or judging the nature or value of something or someone, or we can say an estimate value as per sale or assessment or taxation's valuation. One more meaning we can say it's an estimation or considered opinion of the nature or quality importance about something or someone. Someone means here peoples. The critical appraisal of pop art and incorrect appraisals of a public opinion we have to think of. Appraisals are meetings set up by your employer that allow you both to discuss your work performance. Appraisals are often used to determine whether targets have been achieved and make decisions about future work. Another reason for appraisal is to discuss career plans. See, when an employee joins in an organization, he should have to know his work, and if he is doing his work effectively, then there should be a future plan for his career. Within that salary only he can't run to meet his basic needs. And here we should have to take care about the nature of value. How we have to appraisal is nothing but it's an estimation of a value of someone about his work and performance. So here what is happening? We have to consider opinion of nature, quality and importance of that person. Either this person is useful for our organization or not. Either this person is having the quality, skill or experience or not. Either this person is having some importance in this organization, everything, the skills will show you and the management will appraise your performance after a time period. Next, recycling. What is happening once again? Recycling is what? Again, from top manager, if you want to change the goals, you can change it. If you want to match the resources and objectives, you have to match it. You have to check the improvement of the appraisals of the employees, you have to check it. You have to recycle it. In recycling, subordinates are every level are involved in goal setting and they are influenced it considerably. Thus, people set goals for themselves, which create the feeling of commitment which is necessary for attaining goal. Odiorne has indicated that power of commitment is what makes MBO. In one sentence, MBO means what? It is the power of commitment what you makes. Power of commitment. What is you are doing? That means what you are committing, you are doing that or not. That's it. So we have to recycle that. After recycling means evaluating or evaluation. The management or the top level manager or the employer will evaluate or recycle the performance. If any changes are needed, that this XYZ employee should have to be get promoted. On his place, who should we have to recruit? To whom we have to recruit? or we have to increase his salary or bonus, whatever it may be, or we have to add new techniques, or we have to remove some employees, or we have to add some new more employees, or we need to purchase or buy some machineries, or we need to buy a new technique, or we need to buy, or we need to bring some new awareness towards our advertisement. Everything will take place in the recycling. So who have to do this? It is duty of the manager, who should have to fill up all this cycle. Now next one is prerequisites for installing MBO program. For that, what are the things are needed? What are the installing things are needed for MBO program? First thing is purpose should be there, top management support should be there, training for MBO should be there, participation should be there, feedback for self direction and self control should be there, and other factors are there. So these are the prerequisites for installing MBO program. The purpose should be there. If the purpose is not there, we can't create MBO. Top management support should be there. If the top management is not supporting, if they are not listening to us, then the day or time will come that when we are not matching with our goal, and the ability and capacity or capability of the organization will fall down. Training for MBO, that means training should have to be provided by the employer to their employees. Participation of both people should have to be there. Feedback for self direction, employees should not have to feel bad that if they are getting the feedback from the employers. It is just a direction and control. Self direction and self control will be there. You are going to get directed by the employers. If you are not going to change, it's your wish that there will be control by the management. And some other factors are there. What are those? We'll learn. Now next one is benefits. What are the benefits of MBO? Better management or managing system will be there. Clarity on our organizational actions. What it will provide? The clarity of the organizational actions. What organization is going to do, what is the need of your work in that organizations. It will provide a clarity in that action. Personal satisfaction will be there. Yeah, we will also come to know that means individual also have the satisfaction, as well as employer will also have the satisfaction that this is the goal I have explained to them and they are working on it. The employees will also say this is the target we achieve, or we got, or we receive the information from our employees and we are doing, and we have to do that. Now basic for organizational change. If any changes are needed, they can change it according to the situation and conditions. Some more benefits of MBO. The need for planning will be recognized. For recognizing, for doing MBO, we need proper planning. That means planning is taking place and recognizing it. It provides objectives and accountability for performance. So MBO is accountable for analyzing and showing the performance with the objectives of the employees. That means it provides objectives and accountability for performance of the organizations by people, means employees and employer. It encourages participative management. That means participation is there or not by the management. Only subordinates are coming and they are doing will and wish. No one is taking or controlling them. It should be not like that. See, this MBO will provide the control power will be there to the top management, and they will sit and they will observe, they will take care about you guys. That means I'm talking about employees here. It helps in job enrichment. It provides for a good feedback. It will help in enriching your job and by seeing your job analysis and performance. It provides a good feedback system to the organizations. Now we'll go with the limitations of MBO philosophy. What will happen with the help of MBO? It is a time wastage of time sometimes, and cost will take place. And sometimes what will happen will be failure to teach MBO philosophy. We can't teach philosophy to the employees. Problems in objective setting. Some problems will get, if you not plan it properly, it will take an action. Emphasis on short-term objectives. It will have an emphasis on the short-term objectives. Long-term objectives will not, as when we are not fulfilling the short-term, how the long-term can be takes place. It is not inflexibility. Flexibility is not there. It is inflexibility. It is going to change according to the changes in the organization, changes in the employees, changes in the decision. And we are having frustration will be there. The frustration will be there. What is this? They are giving the goals again and again. They are changing goals again and again. The employees get the frustration with the management. Some more limitations are here. Difficult of implementation. needs teaching and reinforcement. Manager or responsible assessing results, not achieving direct towards result. Some nurses means employees here do not want to involve in setting goals. Only lip service is there. Only oral will be there. Implementation will not be there. Stress on results but not on methods to achieve them. Frustration when higher goals are set. Neglects qualitative factors. No comparative data for promotion or salary increments. All these things are the limitations of MBA. Just I want to show one more picture here. See this, sir, this is at last I want to tell you how the MBO process will take place with the help of benefits, limitations, all the above character which I have explained. Just have a look on the screen. See, the MBO process is taking place with the help of planning, monitoring, performance appraisal, all these things. Planning is what? They have to set the objectives, they have to communicate the objectives, they have to define the results, they have to set the control points, they have to arrange employees in a setting objectives. Then how they are monitoring, how the MBA process monitoring, it is plan implementation is there. When we set the goals, when we communicate the goals, when we define the results, when we plan something and the plan is implementing here. Once the plan is implemented, freedom and independence of employees should be there towards their goal or towards their responsibility or authority or the power which has been given by the employer. Continuous communication with employees. There should be continuous communication with the employees. The employer should have to communicate with the employees so that the work can be done properly. Employee effectiveness should be there. Product when the employee effectiveness will be there, the productive will be there and the satisfaction level will be there. This is nothing but performance appraisal. Again, after checking out the productivity or satisfaction level, we will the employees will get the feedback from their employers. So this is the total change. After once if they want any kind of changes in this productivity as satisfaction, again they will set some objectives, communication, defining everything will take place once again and will reach, and it will be continued till it reach to its goals and objectives. Now thank you students, what we have explained till now. I hope students have understood what do you mean by MBO, what is the main purpose. Please mention your roll numbers, I mean your names in the comment box till you get your roll numbers. Thank you, have a nice day.